So this is DNS, or dynamic neuromuscular stabilization. This is a basic overview of what it is and the points of it. So the whole concept of DNS is how kids develop. So the idea is you don't understand development as a child, you understand it as you get older. So there's about 10 positions more or less. We're going to run through each position roughly and then roll through so you can see kind of a pattern that if you don't get here, you won't get standing and crawling. So you have supine, called 90-90. We then learn how to roll into sideline. You have a low oblique position, a high oblique, which then rolls into a quadruped position. From this quadruped position, we learn to crawl. Quadruped is the opposite of the supine. So after we learn how to crawl, we get somewhere. So then we learn how to do a tripod position. Coming up. And usually just when a kid wants to grab onto something and pull themselves up. And from here, we learn how to stand. Counter to that, a child might also go into bear pose. So from that quadruped, they learn how to feet and go into bear pose, learning how to sit back. So if we run through that again, we generally start in supine. We're going to roll, reach up, over, then learning how to stand. That's the basic overview of DNS. Obviously, it's a lot more complicated than that, but that is the basic gist of it. So to build off the idea of breathing positions and how they equate to your daily activity, sitting typing is nothing more than what we first learned. That's supine. And then the crawling. So the idea is if you can't engage your stomach here, you're never going to do it seated. This is why we tend to get tight hips, because we can't keep our hips underneath us. So this is the general idea of if you don't understand the DNS principles, you're never going to understand the seated positions. Generally speaking, any chair used, ball, will help, but it's never going to fix the problem. So that's just building off the idea of the problems with sitting too much.